if you haven't heard, I got married this past week. Oh, man, that's right, man. So, let's talk about it. Let's finally get into it. I can finally tell you all about what happened. So, Thursday, I got married, and let me tell you, I was running around to the very last second. Literally the last second. I finally ran around all morning on Thursday trying to get all last minute things together. I had a hair appointment, had to get my hair done, got my hair done, and I run over to the venue over in Riverhead, and I make it there like around 1:30, 2 o'clock, and I still have to go run around, grab some stuff and all this stuff, and it was very hectic, it was very chaotic, but as soon as I got into my tux, that's when all the anxiety started like hitting me hard. So first started off, we had to do pictures first before people came and stuff like that, which was great because, you know, like it was tough getting any type of pictures in, period, during, you know, that time for the party and what have you. So did my first reveal with my wife, and it's weird calling her my wife, let me tell you.
My wife.
I actually apologize for any Borat reference I may make in the near future. I already told her that. But me and my wife go and have our first look and all that, and she was gorgeous, absolutely beautiful. Almost didn't recognize her, let me tell you. And we go take some pictures and all that stuff, take pictures of the family, what have you. Then we're running behind schedule, actually, at this point, once we start taking pictures and what have you. We winded up starting the ceremony almost like an hour late. Yeah.
Is that allowed?
Yeah, it was almost a half hour to an hour late. So what happened was the photography stuff there was a confusion with the whole photography stuff. So we got married at the Riverhead Aquarium. We went to, the Long Island Aquarium over in Riverhead. And over there, they give you options to have, like, extra photo opportunities. So one of them is take a picture with a penguin. Another one is take a picture with a seal.
Cool.
And another one is take a picture at the butterfly exhibit they have.
That would be so nice.
Right. So we opted for the penguin. We got pictures of the penguin, and we opted for the butterfly exhibit as well.
Poor seal.
Wait, I know that song. Wait, where is that song real quick? Let's find that song. What was that called? Oh,
Kiss
man.
from a Rose.
Kiss from a Rose.
Which would have been perfect.
We have it right here. Right here. Boom. There it is. And it looks like we have a caller. We can get that caller on right
Seal.
now. It's Seal. Good morning, caller. How are you?
Hi, first-time boss, long-time wedding guest. How are you?
Yes, that is correct. Sean was one of my guests this past weekend. Did you enjoy yourself, boss?
Long story short, yes. But let's talk about what you were just talking about with the 1 hour delay to the start of the wedding. I wasn't gonna bring it up, but since you brought it up,
oh crap!
No one says the invitation said 6 o'clock.
It did.
I was there at 5:50, ready for a wedding.
What a great man!
All I got to look. Oh. What?
What a great man you are. Thank you.
I know. And all I got during the 1 hour.
Go on.
All I got during the 1 hour delay was to look at turtles and see I don't even know what the other it was like.
Stingrays?
What are the ones? The stingrays. Stingrays.
Murdered Steve Irwin.
Oh my gosh.
I got to look at stingrays and turtles. You got to take a picture with a penguin?
I did.
And we got to wait outside. They gave us the tiniest little bit of alcohol while we were waiting. They couldn't even give us real alcohol while we were waiting.
Oh, I'm sorry about that one. They should have gave you real alcohol.
I mean, seriously. Listen, the wedding itself was beautiful. It was gorgeous. But this 1 hour delay. Explain yourself, sir. And why didn't you let anybody take a picture with a penguin?
So, I'm not paying $500 for everyone to take a picture with a penguin, bro. that's why, first and foremost. And so what happened was that the trainers actually tried to schedule us earlier than we were supposed to with them. And there was a whole big argument behind the scenes. So while they were arguing, they were delaying everything because we were scheduled to take the penguin pictures and all that stuff at 4:00, and they were trying to push it a half hour earlier. So instead of taking our pictures with our families and stuff like that at the right time, they were sitting there arguing about us taking pictures with the animals first when we were supposed to take them at 4:00. So it was all behind the scenes stuff.
You don't want to make a penguin late, sir. How dare you?
I mean, where's the penguin going? Around the corner, back to his tank? Like, you know.
It's the other way around, sir. The penguin's making them late.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah.
I can't believe this. I mean, like, looking back at it, your wedding was delayed because of exotic animals.
Because of exotic animals.
Penguin, a seal,
But it was
and
worth it, though.
butterflies.
It was definitely worth it.
Yeah, no, so, yeah, I mean, I'm sorry that you had to wait, boss. I truly am, but,
Thank God.
Oh, my God.
I'm sorry, Sean. I don't know what to tell you, bud. I don't know what to tell you.
I don't know. Can you just you didn't prepare Mother Nature for the ceremony either?
Oh, yeah, she went frigid really quickly that night.
It was outside?
It was outside the ceremony.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a bold strategy in late October.
It is a bold strategy in late October. You're
I don't know.
right, Justin.
The ceremony was really nice, but when your vows, can we talk about your vows for a moment?
Yeah, we're about to get to that, but if you want to get into that. So, first and foremost, I walked out to the Star Wars theme song.
Really?
I did. So
Wow.
I walked out, and then everyone followed behind me. They were all walking out.
Holding lightsabers.
That's pretty
Well, that was
cool.
you're ahead of us. You're ahead of us. That was the grand
No, you
entrance. That was the grand
No,
entrance.
you guys had the lightsabers at the ceremony too, I thought.
Nope.
How drunk were you, buddy?
I had about 8 of those little glasses of champagne waiting over an hour for the ceremony to begin.
So Nicole winds up walking out to a piano version of Taking Back Sunday's Make Damn Sure. And I don't know how many people really realized that at the ceremony, but it was actually a beautiful version of it. It's all piano. It was beautiful. So she walks out. We come up, and my buddy Casey is the officiant. He's known Nicole and I forever, so it was really cool having one of my closest friends, a younger brother from another mother, to like do this for me. It was awesome. So yeah, you said you want to talk about the vows, Sean. Let's talk about my vows.
I mean, when did you write them?
The night before.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Wow.
So
It's like having to write a 10-page paper and waiting until an hour before the
Procrastinating.
class.
Yeah, that's
Right.
exactly what happened. So I'll tell you a quick story about that. I was busy running around the night before. We had a quick little rehearsal dinner thing, which was really like anything too fancy. We just went to the hotel and bought pizza for everybody. And we were there eating all that, talking about what we were going to do the next day and all that, planning who's going to stand with who's going to walk with who, all that stuff. And I wound up getting home that night around, I want to say like 11:30. And then I spent the next hour just running around the house, grabbing all last-minute stuff I need, making a checklist. Like, all right, I need the tux, I need the rings, I need this box, I need this, that, the other thing. So I'm running around. By the time I actually sit down anywhere, it's around 12:30 at this point. So I'm like, all right, I need like a half hour to an hour just to sit back and like relax a little bit before I write my vows. Hour goes by, and then I sit back down finally to like start writing, and then I take about like an hour and a half. By the time I'm done writing my vows, it's 3:30 in the morning.
Oh, God.
Oh my lord! Of course,
It's
a guy's
3:30
gonna
in
write
the
their
morning,
vows at the
and
last
then,
minute.
Yeah. So I did that, and wind up. I don't know, Sean. You tell me. How are my vows?
I mean, the vows were beautiful. Apparently, you and your bride talked about who would go first, and I guess she decided for you to go first.
The lady always go first.
Yeah. So we were discussing about like what order we would go first, is like to say our vows.
I thought you were talking about dying.
Yeah, I thought so too. That's why I was like, oh my
That's why I had
gosh.
to clarify for a second. We're not talking about who's dying first. We're talking about who would go first saying their vows. So
No,
like,
who go first reading the vows. We're talking about vows, people. Holy crap! I didn't get to that.
I had some champagne also.
Right here, but holy crap.
Sean, with all due respect,
yeah, go.
The vow. Thank you. The vows are, till death do us part. If I'm not
They
mistaken.
are.
So yeah, it could go both ways.
it could go both ways, honestly. But yeah. So
I mean, your vows were very nice, and you made your beautiful bride start to cry. I think because she's like, "Why did I let you go first?" So I think I thought, I guess you did a good job at the last second. They were very nice. But you mentioned in your vows, something about before I say I do, or I'm about to say I do. I forget the exact line. But do you realize you never actually said I do?
You guys didn't? Are you serious?
Oh wow, we never actually.
Does that mean you're not married?
That means you guys not married.
No, we said like a whole other. Like a whole other thing,
nice speech. It was a repeat after me. I love you forever until you die, and you're the best, and I love you, and yada yada. It was a beautiful speech, but you never said I do.
Wow.
You never said
You said Scooby Doo for some reason. That was weird. But you didn't say I do.
I want to go back. I want to go back to the videotape and and make sure that you're officially legally married. Because if not, we got to go to a courthouse today.
Do I really need to say I do to be officially married? That's like an actual thing.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's in every movie. Justin can.
It's in every movie.
Yes.
You're right. It is in every movie.
Say I do on the air
mean,
to make it official.
I mean, even in Spaceballs, they're like, "Do you? Yes. Do you? Yes. You're married."
It's true. That's true. All right. So after
Can we also talk about who? Can we talk about who your flower girl was?
Yeah.
Who was
So
that?
all right. So I had my 3 ring bearers, my 2 nephews, and Nicole's best friend's son. They were adorable.
They were
came
adorable.
out. But our flower girl was actually my wife's grandmother. Yeah.
It was so cute.
Thank you. That's what we were aiming for, honestly. Cute was what we were aiming for.
I had never seen that before, but it's just funny. It was funny to me at the same time as cute. Because it's like the circle of life. Like normally when the flower girl, a flower girl is like 5 years old, and she's like, you probably go through the process 20 times in rehearsal, walk down the aisle, throw a couple of petals on the floor, and then they still don't get it right. Normally, the 5-year-olds, right?
Right.
And then I felt like it was this thing. I don't know how old her grandmother was.
We're not going to say.
Right. She was elderly, let's say. And I just felt like it was the same confusion. It's like, do I throw the petals now? Do I throw the petals now? And
She starts eating them.
Oh my god.
She was actually a little slightly. She was like, I guess I start throwing them now. Like she was like, her whole confusion was when to like throw them and how to throw them and like where to put them because she's like afraid of like not putting them evenly on the ground and stuff like that.
You watch the video back, she's like, ow,
A little bit. It was like, I can't lie. It was a little. It did seem like that a little bit.
It was so adorable and so funny at the same time.
That's great. I'm glad. That's what Nicole insisted on that. And I remember when we first asked her grandma about it, she was like, "What? You want me to be what?" She was like, wait. She's like, I'm too old for that. She's like, no, it's going to be great. It's going to be cute. It's going to be fantastic. And yeah, a lot of people loved it. And I'm glad that's what happened.
Any drama at this wedding? I know there was the whole best person speech debacle that was going on.
Right,
for
we had the best
saga
person
of
speech.
that.
Well, we'll get to that in a second. I ended up having my friend Chad read a speech for that. We'll talk about that in a little bit. Let's keep going because we're running out of time here. So we go in. We run in for the. Let's skip cocktail hour because I missed cocktail hour. I was busy practicing my dance.
God, we cannot. We cannot skip the cocktail hour.
You can tell me about cocktail hour because I missed it. I was up in the sweetheart suite, in the bridal suite, away from everybody, talking with my bride and all that, and we're trying to figure out our dance and all that.
I have to give you a slow clap for the cocktail hour, my friend. That was probably the best cocktail hour food I've ever had at a wedding, and I now want to get remarried at the Long Island Aquarium.
Oh,
guys, let me make you jealous for a second and make you extremely hungry. They had a make your own slider station complete with all the fixins. They had an Asian station with Chinese General Tso's chicken and syrup beef fry and wontons and fortune cookies. They had a carving station with the most delicious beef I've ever had. They had a pasta station. The pasta station had a slight malfunction with the heater, but it was still delicious.
Oh, I missed the pasta station. Crap.
They had a vegetable and cheese station that I avoided like the plague. They had past hors d'oeuvres, mini hot dogs, and all sorts of yummy stuff. And, of course, a full bar that Justin would have spent the entire hour at.
Yes, I like alcohol.
It was fantastic. fantastic. It was in this like tent area outside. It was heated, so all the guests got a chance to warm up and see. And it was. Did they not even bring you any food in the honeymoon suite?
They did, but what wound up happening is I missed out on a lot of the stuff that I wanted, like the pasta, the cheeseburger sliders. They did not bring me any mini beef Wellingtons like I wanted. I was upset about that.
You know how important food is to me, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely, man.
So tell me what you think of this. 20 years ago at my wedding, we went a little untraditional. We did the cocktail hour before the ceremony.
Oh, interesting.
Okay, and I did that because I wanted all my guests to be well fed and very, very drunk to enjoy it.
Good call. I like that
And
idea.
I wanted to make sure that I was a part of it. My wife didn't care. She didn't want to be down there in her wedding dress before the ceremony.
Right.
But she was on board with the cocktail hour first scenario. It was suggested to us by our catering hall, and we're like, yeah, let's do it. So I was down there the whole time. I was having a time of my life, and I'm sorry you missed a very, very, very good part of your wedding. But then they usher us through the sea lion exhibit, and we get to the main party and the aquarium. Go!
Yeah, so we're going in for the grand entrance, and we decide to play this song real quick. That's Fall Out Boy's Immortals. So we had our wedding party walk out to this song, and right before, so they announced her dad, my mom, all the family members part of it, and then right before they announced the wedding party, I tell everyone to turn on their lightsabers. That's right. I bought my groomsmen lightsabers of their own as their gift, and I bought some cheap lightsabers for the ladies to hold, which winded up being gifts to the little ones. I promised them a gift if they behaved and walked down the aisle nicely, and they did. They were so
nerd. Sorry,
super nerd. I don't care. It was awesome, and you know it. Everyone turned on their lightsabers as we were standing on the bridge before we walked in, and people were battling each other as we're walking down as Fall Out Boy's Immortals plays, and it was quite epic. So they walk down, they form the arch. The arch is made by the lightsabers and all that stuff. They announce us for the first time, Mr. and Mrs. Rivers. We walk down, and we walk down to this wonderful song. Yeah, that's right. It's Gwen Stefani's Sweet Escape. We started walking down to this wonderful ditty, and Mr. and Mrs. Rivers walks down with their lightsabers in hand, man, and we walk through the arch, and we're dancing, partying. Wow. It's a fun time.
I can only imagine.
Yeah. Like Sean said, giant nerd. I don't really care. That's fine with me, man.
Oh, it was the most nerdiest thing I've ever seen, but I loved everything.
You know what? I'll take it, boss. Absolutely.
Well, let me take that back. I've seen some pictures of Justin's room on Instagram. It's not as nerdy as that.
Frank's Collectibles. It's KRANGS Collectibles on Instagram. Give me a follow.
I actually follow it. I love it.
So then they open up the main room where they have the tables, and it's literally in the aquarium, like surrounded by fish and right next to the shark tank.
Yep. And then after we walked through the arch, we took our first dance to Taking Back Sundays all the way. Beautiful song. I will show you that after the show, since I can't really show it. I will be posting pictures and stuff like that, and videos and stuff like that on my Instagram when the time comes. So you at home listening right now, you can be sure to see that later on. But so this honestly, like, this part of doing the first dance was the most nerve-wracking thing. I took lessons for 10 weeks with the wife, and I was really nervous walking into it.
That's why it was nerve-wracking. Like, instead of just doing a simple dance, you guys did a whole Dancing with the Stars choreographed number. Like, I thought I was watching Disney Plus, and the judges were going to come out and tell you how good or bad you were.
I mean, we did a whole waltz. We actually waltzed to this song. Yeah, I know, it was weird. I never saw myself doing a waltz my entire life, but here I am saying that I've done it. I did a waltz, and it was yeah. Go ahead.
No, I saw it. It was actually. I saw you did it. I can say you did it. It was wonderful. I give you an 8.5 out of 10.
I'll take it. I'll take it, man. I will take the 8.5. That's a harsh critic right there too. I'll take it for sure. Thank you, boss. And honestly, in the video of my dance, at the very end of it, I give her a double high five, and I said, "I freaking nailed it! Yes!"
Modest.
Very modest. No, but honestly, once I finished, once we did everything proper, like, I think we made one or two mistakes, really, and honestly, I don't think anyone noticed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But those two little mistakes there, even with that happening, I felt so relieved and so good. All the stress, all the worry that I had going into this about everything, about the day running properly and all that stuff, doing the dance, there was so much stress. And I will tell you this, if you're going to get married, just elope. Please, just elope. Avoid the headache, avoid the frustration, just go to the courthouse, sign some documents, and have a great day, all right? That's all you gotta do, man, because, wow, it's not worth it sometimes, man. It is not worth it. The stress. Honestly, it was a great day. I loved every second of it, but honestly, I just wish that I just didn't have to deal with half that stress, honestly. Like,
There's one more important thing we need to discuss, though.
what is that?
The menu.
The menu. What did you wind up eating?
It comes back to food with me always.
Of course. So what did you wind up ordering for your dish?
I got the steak. I forget exactly what kind of steak it was.
Chateaubriand
or whatever it was. It was delicious. It was great. But I do have one complaint. I voiced this on Facebook, and I to be honest with you, I don't think this is your doing. I blame the venue for this one. The venue, you can get one more time, Justin. Make sure you're paying attention. Where was this wedding held?
It was at an aquarium.
Yeah. So why is fish one of the dinner choices?
Because it's fresh. It's farmed right out of the tank.
Wow.
You get to pick it
There
out.
was literally salmon as a choice. Like, my wife ordered the salmon while their cousins in the tank behind us watched her eat it. And then
Poor
it
fishes.
didn't occur to me in the cocktail hour, because the cocktail hour wasn't in the aquarium part of the aquarium, but I was eating shrimp in the cocktail hour, and I felt so guilty.
Well, you weren't near tanks at the cocktail hour, so they couldn't see
That's
you.
why it didn't occur to me until dinner. I'm looking at the menu. I'm like, why is salmon a choice? Holy cow!
Feel bad for these.
You know,
You might as well just go in and catch your own dinner.
might as well.
Should have ate some penguin, too. I heard they're
Yeah.
tasty.
Whoa, we're gonna leave Simon out of this, man. Simon was awesome. We're not eating Simon. He's my friend.
I don't know.
Now,
I mean, he delayed the wedding, so
He delayed the wedding. He's some friend, I
At
tell
some
you.
cost.
now, Sean,
Yeah.
at your table, did you make any friends, or did you kind of just do your own thing the entire night?
We talked to the people at our table. Mikey sat us with somebody else who happened to live in the same town as us in Levittown. So we started chatting about Levittown schools and the Levittown area.
Riveting conversation.
Well, what do you expect? Well, what kind of conversations do you expect to have with people you just met, Justin?
I don't know. Talk about, the person that's getting married. Maybe talk about Mikey.
I didn't know them.
I would talk about Mikey.
Yeah.
I would talk about his wife. Not about, like, you and your town. It's very egotistical, but that's, to be expected, I suppose.
Maybe the penguins, the aquarium.
Yeah.
Maybe the raisin.
I didn't get to see the penguins. The wedding starts an hour late, and we didn't even get to see a single penguin.
Although I will.
And you know what? They walked us through the sea lion exhibit to get to the ceremony, and there weren't any even damn sea lions to see.
They were just laying down on the rocks. So if you look towards into the rocks, you could see them. They were just laying down.
Oh, man.
Wake him up.
They were sleepy.
Wow.
There were some sleepy lions.
I mean, there should have been a show or something while we were waiting. That would have been the polite thing to do.
You're right.
He has a
I
point.
should have paid for the entire show just for you guys.
Never
You're right.
satisfied, Mikey.
Never satisfied. Sean, thanks for calling in, bud. I'll see you in a few.
Congratulations on the wedding, and
Thanks so much,
many happy years ahead. And if this wedding doesn't work out and you get married again, great venue, do it again.
10 out of 10, we'll do again. All right, thanks, boss. See you in a little bit.
Bye.
I was just thinking because I knew he was going. I was like, can you imagine if he posts something on social media, a complaint about Mikey's wedding? And sure enough, I see the menu. I'm like, oh, I wonder who this could be. It looks like a menu for a wedding. Sean know that. Like, all right. I didn't even bother reading it because I already knew what it probably detailed.
Well, what do you think? What was
some complaint? I don't know. Something wasn't placed properly on his plate. There was no silverware. I don't know.
I go to this wedding and I don't even have a napkin.
A complaint you'd find on like the reviews of a page.
Why was there fish? Why was there fish?
Every morning is a party.
And this is your official invite.
Ooh, doggy, we got a party now.
The Nassau Morning Madhouse is on 90.3 WHPC.